So what's up everybody, this is going to be my One Piece 1046 and 1047 review. I'm going to combine them together. I'm sorry for the wait. Actually, I've been catching up to My Hero Academia. That manga is awesome. And just to let you guys know, I'm also catching up to Boruto and as well as Dragon Ball Super. And I will try to do One Punch Man. But regardless of that, let's get into my One Piece 1046 and 1047 review. First of all, if you like anime, manga reviews, discussion, spoilers, and theories, definitely hit the subscribe button. If you like the video, This is my second channel. If you want to see Black Clover content, check out my main channel. Watch out for the Discord and Patreon. Let's get into my One Piece 146 review. So this chapter was very interesting. It led me to think a lot of things that didn't make sense to me because it looked like Tsunishia was walking towards where Luffy's at. In that one chapter, I might have been misinterpreting it, but when Who's Who was talking about Luffy's devil fruit, it seemed like the government was bringing Tsunishia for whatever reason. It makes me wonder also because Tsunishia was apparently in good ties with Joy Boy. Did the government do some type of contract that made Tsunishia have to walk for all eternity? Because we do have snippets when Tsunishia said that they did a bad thing, so they had to continuously walk the earth, touching the ocean floor and all that. So it makes me wonder, like, what is it that Tsunishia did? We know that it helped Joy Boy for some reason, and most likely annoying the world government, but still, like, it's very interesting because Tsunishia did say that it felt in a sense rejuvenated because Luffy reminds Tsunishia of Joy Boy, and it thinks that this has to do with faith, and basically it wants to put its faith in Luffy, which is a great choice. This chapter kind of implies that Luffy can now basically hold lightning in his hands like Zeus and create thunderclouds, which is crazy if you think about it because Luffy did the Red Hawk and he was doing fire punches. Now he can use electricity and hold it, which makes sense because he's made out of rubber, so he can hold electricity. But I wonder where the fire came from. Maybe it was the friction of rubber, and the friction of the rubber is able to produce flames, and because he does have like a mythical Zoan, maybe the properties of his devil fruit allows him to do that. I'm not entirely sure, but Luffy having Red Hawk and doing fire has to do something with his devil fruit, also now holding lightning. Another thing about this chapter that I really liked is that Kaido sees that Luffy has changed a little bit, and he's kind of asking like, who are you at this point? Because even though he awakened his devil fruit, Luffy kind of did seem a little bit more joyful, and you know, he is basically tapping more into his devil fruit, and the devil fruit that he has most likely has essence of the Joy Boy of the past, so of course he's going to be a little bit more happier. So with that being said, it makes sense why Kaido asked like, who are you? I'm glad that Luffy still has that spunk to him, that, you know, he said, I'm gonna be the person that defeats you and be the pirate king, because it shows that Luffy, even with all his power-ups, even with his personality being a little bit changed, he's still the same Luffy. It's just that his ridiculousness and his clownness has been taken up a notch because of his devil fruit. However, I loved it. This is basically showing how strong Luffy is as not only a person slash character, but also as his devil fruit, because we're seeing Luffy literally being a god. Obviously, we know that his devil fruit is the sun god, but still, it's epic. Another thing that was interesting with me is Reviw doing his water jutsu and basically flooding the whole Origashima. Sorry if I mispronounced it, but it's very interesting because he's doing some like water style jutsu from Naruto, and then Jinbei using his fishman karate was able to make the current of the water go completely down. Was Reviw planning for this, or did Reviw just prepared in case this were to happen? Which makes sense if you think about it, because if everything is on fire, it's good to have like a scroll with all this water stored in it. But I'm pretty sure Reviw probably didn't think Jinbei was gonna come in, but then again, Luffy did mention before that Jinbei should be on his way, or Jinbei will be here, and that's what happened. So maybe he did plan out for Jinbei to come in, but still, it was just a little bit weird to me. I wonder what is the effect of having everything turn into fire. Will Kaido's men become more on the line of Luffy's side, because the Straw Hats and Luffy's alliance basically saved the beast pirates that were there? Because that fire, it doesn't seem like it was explained much how the fire was created. I'm guessing it had to do with Orochi being burnt. Maybe Orochi being burnt caused the flames to go. I'm not entirely sure, because those flames kind of seemed like they came out of nowhere, but knowing Oda, everything has a meaning most of the time. But yeah, this chapter was great. I liked how Frankie did say that he needs to get Zoro to where Chopper's at, and that kind of gives me a little bit of hope, but something tells me once Zoro goes to where Chopper's at, he might claim him as dead. So I wonder what will cause Zoro to come back quote unquote alive. Maybe somehow Law can help him out, but everybody's saying that Law can give up his life to give somebody immortality. It's been mentioned in the story for a reason, because most likely Oda is going to make that important, but maybe there's a possibility that Law ends up using a little bit of his power to help Zoro heal again, because maybe there's a possibility that Zoro actually isn't dead, but he's somewhat clinging to life. Who knows, because Zoro did see the Grim Reaper. I hope once Zoro goes to Chopper, something cool happens and manifests from that. Knowing Oda, it will. One thing I always wondered about Kaido as well, and this chapter kind of made me think, because at the beginning he did say that Luffy, this is part of his awakening. I wonder if Kaido has an awakened transformation, because we do see that he has obviously his human form, his dragon form, and his hybrid form. Does Kaido have an awakened form? Is Kaido an awakened devil fruit? I don't think he is, because it would drag the fight even more, but this chapter really made me think about that. Like, if Kaido was holding back somehow all this time, will he have another form, but that form will cost him dearly, which make him be very tired and weakened, and he can't do much, but in that short amount of time he will be this crazy new form. I don't think it's possible for Kaido to have this new like awakened form, but something similar to like Chopper's monster point. Oda could throw that in, however that will drag the fight even more. A lot of people are loving what's going on in Wano, but we kind of want to see it end by the end of this year, so who knows. Now on to One Piece 1047. Notice how on the cover page all the Straw Hats are looking at a certain direction, but Zoro's looking at the opposite direction and he's far in the background. It took me a minute to figure out what Zoro is, and I see what Oda's doing here. He's basically giving us reader anxiety to ponder what exactly is happening to Zoro, what is his future. Of course Zoro is not going to die, at least not permanently in my opinion, but you know, it still gives us like a little bit of like hints in there of what's going on. The thing I really liked about this chapter is basically the theme of Momonosuke finding his own. Momonosuke basically has been pushed into a position that not many of us will like. He's still a kid, but he has been pushed to become the shogun, to become basically the leader of a country, and he still has the mind of like a toddler. He had to be a man at such a young age, and now that he went 20 years in the future, he has the body of an adult, but he still hasn't mentally aged. It shows an experience with his artificial devil fruit, but it's really cool how One Piece have been showing the character development of Momonosuke, and I gotta say, like, his character development is probably one of the best, if not the best, of all of One Piece, because we're literally seeing a kid being thrust into greatness. You know, some people have to achieve greatness and others have greatness thrown to them. I really like that. Another thing as well, the fight between Luffy and Kaido was very interesting to me, because Luffy is basically grabbing lightning. He's saying gum gum lightning. So he's having an attack with lightning. I know some people have been saying that it's not confirming that Luffy can use lightning or he can summon lightning, but honestly, in my opinion, Luffy has something to do with him controlling the lightning. Obviously, he is the sun god, so the sun god could mean that he has the power to control basically the weather. So like when it's raining or when it's a rainy cloud, which could mean oppression, could mean struggle or fighting, Luffy, him being the sun god, can clear out the climate and make it sunny. And maybe it might be just Kaido doing the thunder clouds, but the fact that Luffy is grabbing them and basically using them as his own is still kind of sus to me. So the thing I liked about this chapter is that it's showing that Luffy, even though he has a strong devil fruit, he can use haki, there's still a level that he needs to achieve that he's just not there. And Kaido is basically almost at that level, but he confirmed that Roger did not have a devil fruit, but he was that powerful. We see in Shanks, which the fandom, we basically know that Shanks doesn't have a devil fruit. He's not the type to have one, in my opinion, because he followed Roger as a kid. He was part of his crew, so I'm pretty sure he looks up to Roger a lot. So his fighting style and his way of fighting, Shanks is most likely going to imitate. So that level of haki mastery, Luffy hasn't even gotten close to that level yet, and it's going to be very epic once Luffy can get to that level of mastering his haki and also mastering his strong devil fruit. Because yes, there's people that are like Zoro and Sanji who are monstrously strong but don't have a devil fruit. Imagine if they had a devil fruit. It also kind of gives you an implication that when people lack a certain power, they focus on something else. So the people without a devil fruit would focus on haki. So it makes me to believe that because Luffy has his devil fruit, did that affect him from achieving the haki that he achieved now? Did it stun his growth in the level of haki? Because it looks like Luffy has been learning haki throughout his time in his ventures, from speaking to people and just learning it from people he met along the way. That being said, Luffy still has a lot of growth, and I love that about this chapter. There's just levels to the tiers, and Luffy is getting to that high tier on top of the world list of pirates, but there's just another level and another level above that. And that's what I love about One Piece. And yes, we're heading towards the end game, but this is still not end game Luffy. I can't wait to see how he's going to master his devil fruit and also master Haki together. It's gonna be so epic. Imagine Luffy actually can hold lightning moving forward, and that lightning can be coated in King's Haki. Oh man, that'd be amazing. I don't really want to talk about this too much, but Orochi just needs to disappear. I'm tired of him. He keeps coming back and coming back. But yes, that's basically all I have to say. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think about this video. Are you tired of seeing Orochi? When do you think Orochi is going to be defeated? Are you sad and also happy that it looks like the fight between Kaido and Luffy is about to end? Do you like that Luffy seemed like he can control lightning now? Like if you liked the video, comment, subscribe, and I'm out of here.